Hello. Okay, add to the screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope I am live right now. This is the first time I'm using this streaming service, so I'm very excited. Today is an amazing theme for me, amazing subject, and I'm very, very excited. So let me start first, and then I'll bring a guest here, so I'm not only one all by myself talking. So first, I'll start. Everyone believes that there is high power, some kind of trusted source. People call it God. People call it universe. People call it the divine, whatever it is that you call that trusted source. And some people call it a guardian angel. It doesn't matter what you call, as we always give that disclaimer, but I'm sure you agree that everybody has something that they believe that's higher than themselves as a human self. So that's one truth everybody agrees upon. The second thing is we all know about the power of a prayer, and we know about the prayer itself. And everybody, it seems to me, even atheists, I think, know how to pray. Because, well, let's face it, majority of the world believe in the power of prayer and the prayer and the pray. And what does it mean to pray? Well, it means you talking to that trusted source, your guardian angel, your God, your divine, the universe, whatever you call it. However, how many people get answers back? How many people get very angry because they say, okay, I prayed and prayed, I was talking to God, but I didn't hear anything back. And so that's been a problem for many, many people for many, many years, well, I would say centuries, because really we don't hear exactly the words from above telling us in a booming voice what we have to do. And that's the problem for many. And so that problem is solved by the divine guidance subject, because divine guidance is simply God talking back to you, or telling you, or talking with you. And so divine guidance for many people, I found out, I mean, I was hooked in 1995. I was hooked on the subject of divine guidance, and I never stopped being fascinated with it. But I've learned, with to my dismay actually, that some people just simply don't believe in it. Other people don't care about it. Then sometimes I say divine guidance, people just glaze at me or stare at me, and they just don't care. Well, it's not the thing here at our mega summit, because, well, obviously, if you're watching it, you are in some way fascinated, or at least interested in the topic of divine guidance. And today I want to accomplish two very important things. So the first one is we celebrate the end of the summit. That's the first thing. And the second one, I actually received a divine guidance. It's not even from me, it's not my idea. It was the divinely guided idea, divinely inspired idea, divine guidance in place in at work, to create a award ceremony. And it wasn't just for the ceremony, it was to celebrate a special achievement at our mega summit, divine guidance for women entrepreneurs. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring to the stream my guest and the attendee of the mega summit divine guidance. So I'm adding Stephanie Robbins Fraser, who is here with me. And right now, I have no idea who is watching, because I don't see anything. So let's see. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, sorry, I got distracted because I'm looking at my panel here. I'm not really confident about it yet with all the bells and whistles here. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Irina. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited for today.
I know you're excited and you have no idea what's going to happen, because
I
I
never,
actually. Yeah, it was a full surprise. I surprised myself, I surprised Stephanie, and I think I surprised everybody else. And so let's talk about it. First of all, let me tell you a story. Uh, however it will happen. So I've met Stephanie around 17 years ago. We didn't count exactly, but it was a very long time. I think it was 2005 or something like that. Very, very close to that time. Yeah. And we met because I said something with my directness, the usual directness, and I meant it spiritually, of course, because I'm always in a spiritual thinking way and wave. And so I said something to Stephanie, and she did not like it.
At
And
all.
and we became fast friends. So that tells you what kind of person Stephanie is, because she didn't just dismiss something that I said, even though she didn't know me. We just met. We started recently. Just we were um, being around each other, and when she could easily dismiss it, but she didn't. She paid attention, she found truth in it later on, and instead of kicking my butt for being direct, she actually became my friend, and my very good friend. And our friendship has continued for all these years. But this is not because this friendship has nothing to do with this award ceremony, because for all these years, I did not award Stephanie, although I should have, but it never occurred to me before. So here we are. Many. So Stephanie, at that time already, I guess I could say that, right? I helped, or God through me helped Stephanie get on a spiritual path.
Absolutely.
And since then, Stephanie has been on a spiritual path, and spiritual path to us means healing path. Not only we communicate with the divine through divine guidance, which Stephanie has been known about for so many years since the time I introduced that subject to her, but also it's a healing path. It's going within, healing inside, and making your life much easier and better. And Stephanie has been first with me, and then she was on her own, and she was really actively all these years engaged in it. Am I saying it right so far?
You got it.
Good. Okay. And I'm getting to the point why you're here. So, and lately, when I would invite her, so that's why I'm setting the stage to say that Stephanie was not here at the summit to appease me or to please me or to please anybody, because she's not like that. So for several times, I create all these projects, and I would invite Stephanie, and she would say, "I'm busy," and she's all sassy, and she's always very expressive. "Oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I'm at the college, and I'm at the work, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that." And she's so busy. And I would let her be, because we're friends. It's okay. I never impose on anybody. And this time, my persistence, usually I know that when time is ready, when time is up, people will accept or not. It doesn't matter. So this time, as usual, I say, "Well, Stephanie, I created a summit, and here is the link. Do whatever you want with it." I did not have any expectations. In fact, I thought she was not going to attend because she's so busy. And guess what? And she said immediately when I mentioned the summit, she's like, "I'm busy." Let me remember those words. "I am involved in a very time consuming project." That's what she said. And I bet I didn't, we were on the phone, so I didn't see that, but I assume that she did that. "I'm busy. I'm in a very time consuming project." And I said, "Okay, that's fine. Go ahead with your project. Here is the link. Do whatever you want with it." And lo and behold, so I let it go. I'm never in touch. So lo and behold, time passes. A very short time passes, and the summit just started. And suddenly, I get a call, and on that call, there is a tornado on the call. She is just all this, yeah. And she gives me the whole lecture on how great the summit is and how great the interviews are and all the just the tornado in the glass. And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, busy." I didn't say that, but I'm thinking, "Okay, you busy. Okay, we'll see." Am I giving you am I giving the right details?
Yes, 100%.
And this is how priorities work. Suddenly, Stacy got awakened. Here is the point of my everything. She got awakened, not to the spiritual journey, not to divine guidance itself, because she's been in the subject for so long, but for the next part, I guess, in her journey, for the next level of her journey, because suddenly she found time. Allow me to be like this dramatic. She found time.
I did find time.
She found time beside her very time consuming project. And I know she watched every single interview. I bet every single interview by now, right? I
Yeah,
mean, we didn't count, but
some of them twice.
oh, some of them twice. Wow. Okay. And so she, not only that, because the interviews are long, I'm long winded. It's instead of 30 intended minutes, we did 45 almost with everybody. And not only that, but what impressed me the most, I'm a teacher by heart. So when homework is done, I am on the cloud nine, right? So she managed to give an essay. She managed to write an essay for every interview. And as I was reading those essays, and she posted them in our private Facebook group, and actually she also posted on my business page, which I really appreciated because I discovered it actually by chance, because I would look and suddenly I see, oh, she keeps posting. And as I was reading those essays, she was right on target. I mean, she was definitely, it wasn't like, oh, let me write because I like Irina. No. Remember, she was busy before to like Irina. So, so I knew, first of all, she was really engaged in it. I also knew that she was having a great time. And I also know why, because I've experienced many times on my path as a mentor, how when people are awakened, and that's how they usually behave. It's like new world opened up, right? Suddenly I am on that new level and it's amazing. And life is opening up to me. And I couldn't even believe it happened. And like I said, it's not a new thing for Stephanie. She's been on a path, but it's the new level. So, of course, I'll ask you to comment on that a little bit later on all of that, right? And what I would like to do. So, two things. So then, divine guidance. So, divine guidance. Okay, I'm all over the place because I want to say something else. So, before that, Stephanie commented on every interview. So that means every speaker got a very positive response. We feel that our work is not done in vain. And believe me, a lot of people signed up for the summit. I got a lot of positive responses. People emailed to me, people texted me, people said in on the phone, but not many people commented in a Facebook group. Not many people commented publicly. There were some people, right? And speakers were engaged. I'm tremendously grateful for everybody. But what Stephanie did was above and beyond, because I could not even imagine for her to write an essay for every interview, post it publicly, and she expressed such a positive attitude and a lot of work. Even if you do essay with help of Chat GPT, you still have to give your thoughts. You
Exactly.
still have to type your thoughts, ask Chat GPT to create that, and then you have to copy and paste it. I mean, it's work, it's time, it's effort. So all of that is tremendous. What tells me you were all in, you were engaged, you've been engaged in the summit, you watched it, and not only you watched it, but you went through your spiritual transformation. And my heart melts because that's my whole point of my work. That's why I'm here out loud, yapping and out loud on live, because transformation is that's what we need. Not just listen passively, but transform through this experience. Because this the purpose of the summit was to increase awareness. And I believe there are three words on this journey I found out from my experience. First is awakening. First, you awaken to the spiritual path, or in this case, divine guidance. The second one is you become aware of it. Awakening is and awareness are two different levels of the path. And then the last one is the self mastery, when you train yourself to really master the subject of divine guidance. And like I said at the beginning, divine guidance is communication with God. Praying is one thing, you talk to God, you divine, but do you hear the answer? Divine guidance gives you the answers. Divine guidance is divine communicating back at you and with you and for you. And that's the big difference when you just pray and no answer, or you don't, even if you get the answer, you don't get, you might miss it, when you don't miss anything. And that's how you in direct communication, two-way communication with the divine every 24/7, every single day. And that's the difference. And that's the transformation that I hope that people would get, at least to be awakened to the reality of divine guidance and to the existence of divine guidance and the necessity of divine guidance. And Stephanie has demonstrated all of that and above, by going above and beyond. So the award, so that's why I swear, and I never swear usually, but I swear here in a good way, swear, give an oath, that was not my idea. I received divine guidance to create a certificate and to create this award ceremony. Formal or informal doesn't matter, but it's an award ceremony. And that's what I want to present. I actually created it myself. I published it. I printed it at Staples, and it's on nice paper, and it's going to be mailed, not just emailed. It's on the dashboard. You can have it today immediately.
Okay.
So it's on the dashboard, and you will have the button that will be only visible to you. I just need to toggle to open it, so to make it visible, so you can have it immediately, because it's instant gratification. So Abvio is very good for that. But this one is going in the mail. I got the envelope. Everything is ready. I just need to get to the office. To the post office. So this is pretty, right? And it fits
Beautiful.
everything here, purple and gold. Yeah. So certificate of awakening and devoted presence. So two achievements. One is awakening to the next level, and devoted presence means active engagement in the mega summit. Stephanie Robbins Fraser, in sacred recognition of your wholehearted participation in the Mega Summit Divine Guidance for Women Entrepreneurs, and the inner threshold you have crossed, the moment of awakening to a new octave of your spiritual path. Through your devoted presence, thoughtful reflections, and consistent engagement, you have witnessed the journeys of others and illuminated your own. You have shown up not just as an attendee, but as a seeker, a witness, and a vessel of living wisdom. One who listens with the soul and responds with truth. Oh, I am emotional right now. I feel it. I feel it, because I could not imagine when we met in whatever that year was, 2005. When we met then, I could not imagine that many years later, I'm here presenting this award. May this certificate serve as a mirror to your inner work and a celebration of the sacred momentum now unfolding in your life.
I am so honored. I can't even thank you enough for not just this, but everything you've done in my life. Like I'm also very emotional, and normally am I very rarely caught speechless, and I don't even know what to say. So
Yeah, you're not speechless usually.
never. It is. I have loved every single moment of this, and you're right. I am always busy, but you do make time for what's important. And something in my heart and my soul just, I knew I needed this, and it's perfectly timed. So thank you for never ever giving up on me and for just always shining your light in my life.
Yes. And what can you tell about the summit? How was your journey? How was your experience? What exactly? I mean, we know you posted a lot, so we
Right.
can write a book on that. There would be 20 chapters.
Absolutely. It was a emotional roller coaster. And as I was going through it and learning lessons through the speakers, things in my life were kind of unfolding, and lesson after lesson after lesson was being presented to me. And a couple of them I resisted, and they just kept persisting. And no matter what, they kept speaking to me. And somehow, some way, whether it was one of the speakers, someone at work, someone at the grocery store, there were just signs everywhere. And I was on fire. I was like, Irina, I have to tell you, I have to tell you. So I think, like I said earlier, the timing was 100% perfect for me. But all the messages that I got were for me to be true to myself and to stop hiding. So I love this. And I know that when I'm trying to explain it to certain people who are resisting it, I follow in your footsteps, and I know that I can't force it. All I can do is just plant that little seed, and maybe one day they'll hear it and not think I'm crazy. And even if they do, it's okay, because I know in my heart I'm just getting better every day. But it's not me; it is God. It, I'm being guided, and I'm learning more and more just to listen to my instincts, to listen to my heart, and to listen to that voice.
That's right. That's right. And I've seen and I've heard many, many times when people will tell me, thank you for not giving up on me.
Yeah.
I got it over and over. And I want to give an advice. It's not an even advice. I don't want to give unsolicited advice, but just a teaching point for women entrepreneurs, because we usually, or women usually, are afraid of offering their service or afraid to invite somebody because they feel rejected. People don't like it. People don't like when you tell them something or invite them somewhere. But I've learned that, and I've been like that before many years ago, and I've learned that if I didn't do what I've done, if I didn't learn the foundational in learning about business, if I wasn't on my spiritual journey, and if I didn't persist very nicely, just offering
Yes.
like, here's link, Stephanie, whenever you're ready, here's the link, or I'm having this event, come over. I'm busy, but
Mhm.
okay. So all of that, if I didn't do that, women would not change their lives and then
Exactly.
would not later tell me, thank you for not giving up on me.
Exactly. And it's like, just like with anything, if you try to force it, it's just not going to work. So the people that I did invite, I hope that they decided in their heart that it was right for them. And if not, I love them anyway, wherever they are in their journey. And I hope one day that they choose to change things in their life for the better, because that's all we're supposed to do, is help leave people better than we found them. And I can 100% say that you've done that for me. And
Mm.
I thank you. Like, I thank you from the very bottom of my heart for all that you've done. And it's not that you did the work. Of course, I had to do the work, but you helped teach me. And you have been so patient. More patient than I think I could have ever been. So I just thank you for that.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to count years because I have a person who resisted me for 8 years plus two, so 10 years altogether, I think. And then she came around, and now she's very happy with the change and healing. And I was fine. I did never imposed. So I don't know how many years with you, but you've been on your path. You just needed to
Right.
get to the next level. So
And sometimes
it's
I'll just put
interesting.
the brakes on. Like I'll be good for a minute and I'll put the brakes on. But I guess it's because it's so personal for each person that if they're not ready for that next lesson, they are going to say, I'm too busy. I can't
Right?
do it. I'm too busy. I have this big function.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
And
And the journey is it's a slow journey. We cannot jump over overnight somewhere that we're not supposed to be. So it's all fine. We can laugh about it and we can reminisce about everything. And of course, we celebrate. So what we celebrate again is about, first of all, really, Stephanie, you had no idea. You can go to your boss now and say, hey, I was awarded last weekend, right on Sunday. And
exactly.
I'm sure you will keep this and you will know that later on you will wake up to the next level and you will look at this and say, oh my gosh, I know,
Yes.
I remember that moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
It, it's just been so beautiful. And I know that I can't explain it to many others because it's my journey, but I want to share it with everybody. And I want to be like you, where you do teach people. But I've learned, like, I will do it, but I also listen and I watch their body language. And if they're not ready, it's okay. I love you where you are and hurry up and catch up.
Exactly, exactly, because we cannot impose. If
Right.
if a person glazes, eyes glaze and don't want to know, well, it's their business. We bless them and we're
Exactly.
still friends with them, and that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just sincerely want to say thank you just for always believing in me and always challenging me, even with your questions. I'm watching all these interviews and it made me giggle. I've told you this before because I always felt like you would ask me questions that I had never even thought to ask myself. And I had watched some of the people being interviewed, they would get that same look and feeling that I would get, where you're trying to express what you really want to say, but you've never even thought about speaking those words out loud. And it is a true gift that you have. So thank you for challenging me in that way and helping me think and look at things differently.
And it's the magic. I had a group, my Radiant Mastery Academy clients. We meet on Sundays at 7 a.m. That's how everybody wants. Early, but okay. And she just reported to us that she almost had in a car accident, but she wasn't, because so she would be the third car crashed and there was a car accident right before her, but she was able to stop and she didn't get involved. And she said, instead of being in panic as I would before and angry and in panic, I was actually completely calm, and I just said, thank you, divine, because I'm protected. And she said, I felt protected. And that's what divine guidance does. When you know you're in constant communication, when you know that divine is on your side, do you think that divine will let you do all that? Yes, there are lessons. That's another story. But the point is, she felt protected. And that's the magic of life, because magic unfolded in front of her eyes. And it's just very fresh example, which I had million of examples by now from everybody, including you. We had so many before examples, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, so I am officially closing, not the lives, but closing the Divine Guidance Mega Summit, Divine Guidance for Women Entrepreneurs. However, today, everybody still has until midnight today. Well, it's Arizona time, so Pacific. It's better for East Coast people. It will be even like 3 a.m. in the morning. So there is time to watch everything. If you didn't get it, go and binge watch because interviews are incredible. And again, there is a spiritual reason behind, and the summit has been divinely guided. Maybe if there is interest later, I might dissect it, how I did it, divinely guided, but not right now. So I would like to mention also one more thing. As we said, I never give up, right, on people. So today is the last day to um, take an opportunity of three bonuses, because my 3-day live, 3 full days live virtual live event is coming, and I don't do them very often, so it's a rare opportunity. It's on May 2nd through the 4th. These 3 days we will go on a journey. It's called Radiant Event, um, the journey home to inner peace, freedom, peace, and power. So we will go deep into these 3 points, and we will go deep in how you bring divine guidance and communication and divine into your business and your life. And it's about self mastery. So, how can you master yourself? How can you find who you are, find your voice, become unstoppable, and really, really become in active partnership with the divine? Because that's the only way to succeed, and that's the only way to live life in a near future, because among all of this chaos. Because like that client said, everybody we know, those who are involved in the accident is in a tragedy and very bad time, but the client was protected because she's with divine and she was divinely protected. So how can you bring it into your life and be really self-master or achieve self-mastery in it? So 3 bonuses are ending tonight at midnight of Pacific time. So the first one, the event is only $97. Right now it's $77 for 3 full days. You will save 20. Very soon it will be 197. So do not delay if you really feel it's up, if it's for you. Also, there will be masterclass soon. I will be inviting people to the masterclass, and that's the next step from the summit. Because in summit it's awakening, and then now you need awareness, and awareness is, I call it 3 keys to unlock the door to divine guidance, and it's free for you. You will save $11. And number 3 bonus is you will get access to these summit recordings for a year. So you can be uplifted. As Stephanie said, she watched some recordings twice because, as you know, like a good movie, you watch it several times, you get ideas, you get more deeper and deeper into the subject, and you see and notice more. So that's why it's a good idea to have and watch it again and get more um, awareness. And so I invite you to do it. So today until midnight, then it will go away. Then it will be higher price and no bonuses. So hurry up. And again, I'm not going to give up. I'm inviting people over and over because I know lives change and lives get much better. So thank you, everyone. And Stephanie, thank you so much. And you are awarded. You got the award.
I'm so honored, Irina. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.